Hello, my name is Ann, and today I'm going to show you an alternative for Tweakbox, which is one of the best place for getting the paid apps and games and tweaked apps and such. Last time I showed you the Tweakbox, and now I'm going to show you a collection of all of the Tweakbox alternative, and they're grouped into one place. And this is probably the best place for getting paid apps and games in one place. Okay, this is a much wider collection. All apps, they collect them from every single place, like Tweetbox, App Valley, Tutu apps, a lot of places. Alright, so I'm going to show you that website, show you that place. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to go launch Safari, and you want to go to ios.sh. You will see it, but this is the place. ios.sh, and it's called AppCentral. Now, AppCentral is a place which combines many more places for getting paid apps and games. Right, so you can see that we do have 6 tabs. The first one is TB, which is Tweetbox, the one that I already showed you in the last video. But there is also a lot more places that this is same as Tweetbox. The second one is Ignition. So Ignition also has a collection of tweet apps like Twitter++, iCloneOS, or Popcorn Time. Right. The next one is App Valley. App Valley also has a lot of apps and games. There are also a ton of them, all free to you to surf around. And the last one is Tutu apps. Tutu apps is also the same. It's made by Chinese, and it has all sorts of apps. They all serve the same functionality. They all have the same functionality. They all provide a much more selection of apps and games that is not available in the App Store. It is illegal, but it is very fun to use, and some of them are actually very useful as well. So the first thing you're going to do is to tap on the share button on right there. Alright, and you go ahead and tap on add to home screen. Tap on the add to home screen option, and you want to change it you want to change the name or you want, and tap on the add, and there will be the AppCentral. Right, so every time you want to surf anything, just tap on AppCentral and it will launch. Okay, it just doesn't work so much. Excuse me, got something. Alright, so you just need to tap on the AppCentral and it will launch the Safari page. Right, it will launch the Safari. Now, one thing to note though is that this actually might load a little long. I don't know why, but it kind of takes around like 25, takes around 30 seconds to kind of launch here. So you can have this AppCentral. You kind of wait a little bit in order to launch, and for this time being, we'll go back to Safari and let's take a look more. Now, the first ever thing to do before you install any apps is to install the thing called Nesstool. Now, Nesstool. Now the Nesstool's aim is to prevent app from revoking. Now, what do you mean by revoking? Just first of all, let me just go ahead and search for Nesstool. Right, make sure this name Nesstool. This focus. Okay, Nesstool, Nesstool, and right there it's got the Nesstool. Tap on it. You want to tap on it, and you will tap on install. That's a pop-up, and tap on install again if it asks you again, and it should be okay. Just one more time. Alright, so it should be asking for installation, and then tap on install, and it will install them shortly on your home screen. Alright, so once it has installed, you tap and open it. But before we open that, we need to go ahead and go to settings and go to profiles and device management, tap find profile and tap on the trust, and we are basically done. Now, what is the aim of Nesstool? Now, it will prevent your apps that you install from AppCentral from revoking. Now, revoke means that after let's say few days, like 7 or 8 days of using the applications, it will revoke. It will not launch, and now no matter how many tries you need to refine, how many times you refine the apps in settings, it will not work, and you have to reinstall the app in order to use it. And this one will prevent it from revoking. Now, just tap on revoke, and it will say install 22 apps. Okay, so it just tell you to install 22 apps, but whatever, we just tap on install anyway. Now, one warning, one notice when I tell you to install this one is that install that, tap on regular here, right? Tap on regular, tap on install, and it will install for you. Now, one thing that I wanted you to know is that when you reboot your device, Nesstool will revoke. Okay, Nesstool itself will revoke. The reason for that is because Nesstool, every time Nesstool will open first, and then the internet open. Here's the thing: if Nesstool launch first and then the internet launch later, there will be problems. What we need to do is to do somehow to make internet go on first and then Nesstool launch later. We do this by, if you are rebooting for some reasons, you want to go ahead and before you reboot, you need to go ahead and enable the airplane mode, right? Okay, you need to enable the airplane mode on here, right? You need to enable airplane mode and make sure that the Wi-Fi is turned off, right? And then you're gonna go ahead and launch the Nesstool, enable Nesstool here, and need to enable the VPN of Nesstool, and then you let it enable the VPN for Nesstool, and then you can enable the Wi-Fi, because if you don't do that, it will revoke, and then the Wi-Fi will be very crappy. Okay, it will let's say if you connect to a Wi-Fi network, it will be able to connect, but it will not have internet, no matter whether your Wi-Fi router is working or not, right? It will not work. And so my warning is that if you're planning to reboot your device because of installing iOS or whatever, you need to make sure that you disable the Wi-Fi. Okay, you disable the Wi-Fi, and then you make sure Wi-Fi is disabled, enable Nesstool, and then enable Wi-Fi. Right, that is my way. Now, anyway, go back to the step. You need to make sure that Nesstool installed, 2 tab installed for some reason, and go back to AppCentral. Back to AppCentral, right there, and then you can go ahead and install pretty much everything. Okay, you can do anything you want from here. You can install Cartoon Wars 2. You can install everything from here, let's say from Tweetbox, from Ignition. From VShare, from App Valley, VShare to 22 app. It installs everything, right? You can do everything you want. Make sure that you try not to reboot too much, right? Too many times. So that is how to. That is my introduction of AppCentral, or the central place for getting his paid apps and games and all sorts of things. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.